Well, I sort of got a love-hate relationship with this Kawasaki Vulcan 1500. I'm constantly working on it, but hey, that's part of having an older bike. But I got some issues right now I got to address. Need to be fixed before I start riding it again. This bike's been overheating. It's been backfiring a lot on deceleration, and that is because, according to a guy I respect, he owns a shop, a bike shop. His name is Mike. He owns Ironhead Motorsports in Hanford, California. And he was telling me that I need to clean out my air filters. I have two Canon air filters underneath the gas tank. So I got to remove the gas tank to get to them. And he said I need to clean them because they're probably plugged up. And it's causing the bike to run really lean. It's being starved for oxygen. And it makes it run hot. And I just redid my pipes and coated them with 2000 degree ceramic paint, and it is already starting to get, see how it's getting kind of flaky here? It's because it's getting too hot. That's crazy that it would even do that, because this is 2000 degree paint. But that's the problem. And on the other side, same thing. Right where it comes out of the head, or the cylinder, it's starting to, you know, show signs of heat damage there. So I'm gonna show you how to fix that. Got a little spectator here. Hey Beast, what are you doing, boy? You watching Dad? Anyway. So I'm going to address this today, hopefully get it fixed. So first off, remove the seat off the motorcycle, and the gas tank has to come off. So we got two bolts here, remove those, and that's all you basically got to do. And then when you lift this gas tank up, you got a electronic clip you got to carefully disconnect. I believe that clip is for the fuel sending unit, which tells you how much fuel you got in the bike. And then there's a couple breather hoses underneath the gas tank. Okay, there's two of them, and you need to make sure that you mark where they go, because they can't go the opposite way. Okay, I'll show you that in a little bit. Okay, so I pulled the gas tank slightly back, and here's this clip I'm talking about. You got to carefully disconnect this clip so you don't damage it when you're pulling off the tank. Okay, just got a little, you know, you just push down that little plastic part there, and it'll release. Okay, so the way I have this gas line routed from my tank to the fuel filter, which is right here on the right side of the bike, I can't disconnect it from the petcock, the fuel petcock on the left side, because the way it's positioned, I just can't get to it. So I got to take this cover off. There's a screw here and screw here, and this plastic part comes off so you can access the fuel filter, and I could disconnect the gas line right here from the fuel filter and pull it out and away that way. Okay, so you got one more electric clip you got to disconnect to get this gas tank off, and it's right here. Now, I was incorrect. Let me back up. This right here is not for your fuel sending unit in your tank. That's the electrical connection for your light on your gas gauge, so when you're driving at night, you can see how much gas you have in your tank. This one down here, that's for your fuel sending unit. Those are the two hoses, like your breathing hoses for the gas tank. One's red, one's blue. Make sure you mark one of them. So I have that one hose marked with a white mark. That's for the blue side. That way I make sure I put them back on the right way. So you got to pull those off, and then the gas tank comes off. So I believe Mike was right, as always. We could see how these K&N air filters, I got 2 of them here, they are pretty packed. So yeah, it's not going to breathe at all. You're just starving it for air right there. Now you might have a different setup on your bike, because this has been modified. This is not the original setup for this bike, I don't believe. But if you have this setup, this is what you got to do. I got to pull these off, disconnect them here, pull them off, and get some K&N cleaning solution. You find that any auto parts store really, and clean them where I could start seeing daylight through them. And I'm going to stuff some paper towels, which I did, in both sides. That way I keep stuff out of the carburetor while I'm getting this these filters cleaned. I don't know if you can see this, but once you get them clean, you should see daylight pretty good, you know, clear daylight through the inside of this filter as you hold it up to the sun. You know, that looks good. Before I couldn't see all that. You could see a little bit here and there, but not all the way around. And you can see this is, I don't know who did that. Previous owner that had the bike. It's like some kind of a gasket sealer. Moron. I don't think that's going to affect much. But you can see how nice and clean it looks. Man, you should have seen the bottom of the sink when I got through rinsing these out after I applied the K&N cleaner to it. And I used a toothbrush, soft bristle, kind of just, you know, gently brushed it all the way around. And then I used hot water in a deep sink and clean these out. And they look nice now. They were full of dirt. So, and you're supposed to use an oil lubricant that you spray once this dries and you clean it. You're supposed to spray it, you know, with a light coating of that lubricant. The only problem is I live in a dusty valley, and that oil is going to attract dirt like you wouldn't believe. So I think I'm better off just not using oil and just keeping it clean. And, you know, periodically I'm just gonna, maybe every 3 months, gonna have to pull these off and do this to keep it running good. So that's how you do that. So hopefully once I put everything back together, take it for a test drive, I won't be having all that popping on deceleration. Alright, so the cleaning of the air filters really helped the bike run better. Way more horsepower. It could breathe now. I still have slight popping, but nothing as bad as it used to be. So it was a definite improvement to the bike and how it runs. So if you're having that problem, clean those air filters out and it will run a lot better. See you in the next one.